We are moving into lesson 8 in chapter 2 on simple interest, and this is on page 167 of your book. I'd like you to look at the definition for principal up at the top. The amount of money deposited or borrowed. So this is if you would put $50 into the bank, that would be your principal. If you borrowed $1,000 from the bank, that would be your principal. And simple interest is the amount paid or earned for the use of that money. So if you put money into the bank, you can earn interest for your money sitting in the bank. And if you need to borrow money, you have to pay interest because that money is not free to borrow. And how you find out how much interest you need to pay or that you would earn is you use the formula here, I equals PRT. The I stands for your interest. The P is your principal, which we just talked about. The R is your rate, and this is your percent. And remember, if we're using equations, you then need to turn those into decimals. And then T is your time, and that's always in years. All right, so let's go to the next page, page 168, and we're going to start at the bottom there, letter A. Jenny puts $1,560 into a savings account. The account pays 2.5% simple interest. How much interest will she earn in 3 years? So start with your formula. Interest equals principal times rate times time. Your principal is the $1,560 that they put into the savings account. Your rate is the 2.5%. To make that a decimal, you turn it 2 places to the left, so that would be 0.025, and then your time is 3 years. So plug that into your calculator. 1,560 times 0.025 times 3 years, and you get $117 that she would earn by having that money in the bank. B is similar. You would just plug 760 in for your P. 4% would be 0.04, and then 5 years for your time. All right, on the next page, we're going to look at letter D at the bottom. And this is an office manager charged $425 worth of office supplies on a credit card. The credit card has an interest rate of 9.9%. How much money will he earn at the end of 1 month if he makes no other charges on the card and does not make a payment? Okay, so start with your formula. I equals PRT. 425 is your principal. Your rate is 9.9%, so that's 0.099 as a decimal. Your time is 1 month out of 12. Remember, the time is in years, so it'd be 1 out of 12. All right, so 425 times 0.099 times 1/12. And you are going to get $3.51. Now that's the interest, but he owes that on top of the 425. So the amount that he's going to owe total would be when you add those up. So he's going to owe a total of $428.51. So if they're asking you for the total at the end of the month or the end of the year, at the end of a few years, make sure you're adding. All right, and I want you to look at letter E on the next page. Maggie's taking out a student loan for $2,600. She plans on paying off the loan in 3 years. At the end of 3 years, Maggie will have paid $390 in interest. What is the simple interest rate? So now we don't know the R. That's what we have to solve for. All right, I equals PRT. We do know the interest in this one. That's the $390. The principal was $2,600. We don't know the R. That's what we need to figure out. And the time was 3 years. All right, so we can combine those two. 2,600 times 3. That's going to give us 7,800 times R is equal to 390. And you know that from solving equations, we're going to divide by 7,800 on both sides. So 390 divided by 7,800 is 0.05, and that would be 5%.